Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Take Two Radio. I'm Pam, your host, and I'm flying solo tonight, no co-host. But tonight's special guest is a Young Artist Award winner for Best Performance, if I can talk, in a daytime television series, and he won that in 2012 for playing Fenmore Baldwin on The-Young-and-restless. He's also been on the TV show Awkward with his sister Jillian Rose Reed, has a recurring role as young Charlie Day on the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, played alongside Ben Stiller in Little Fockers, and most recently he plays the son of Kristin Chenoweth and Matthew Modine in the movie Family Weekend, which will be starting in some theaters on March 29th. Welcome, Robbie.
Hi.
I sound like I'm talking about an adult here, that you've done so much for your age. It's amazing.
Yeah, I started when I was really little, about 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're 11 now, but that's a lot in 5 years.
Yeah, I'm almost 12, and I'll be 12 in like a couple weeks, actually.
Ah, well, happy birthday early.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Will you be doing anything special for your birthday?
I'd probably just invite all my friends over, and we'll have pizza and cake and go to the park and play some video games and watch TV.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a good kids' party.
Yeah.
When you're working, do you prefer working on TV, or do you like working on films better?
Well, I like doing both because they both are kind of different. Like on TV, the filming, they go faster than on movies because on the movies they always have to turn each scene to get everybody's face in the camera, so for every line that they have. And on TV they normally just have 1 or 2 cameras, so it goes a lot faster. But I like both of them.
Well, how did you learn how to look at that little red light that people tell me about, all the other actors I've spoken with, that little red light on the camera to know which one to look at? How did you learn how to do that?
Well, my sister taught me almost everything I know about acting. So she always coaches me on everything I do and encourages me to keep going and all that. And she always used to do theater, so I always saw her acting, and that helped me.
Oh, well, that's good. It's great to have a big sister that's in the same industry and doing the same thing that you're doing. Does she run lines with you, or do you have a certain way you like to learn your lines?
Yeah, I normally memorize it with my mom, and then she comes over and she helps me get inflection in it and tweaks it, all the lines that need to be tweaked or get a little better on.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I bring most of my own personality, but some of the things she needs to just switch. But yeah.
Yeah. Everybody always has something they need to improve on at some time or another in their lives.
Yeah.
So, you may think of it as doing a line one way, and she'll see it another way, and your mom will see it a third way.
Yeah.
So it's always best to get everybody else's input. I shouldn't say always, but it helps sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Where would you like to go with your acting career?
I hope to keep doing it the rest of my life. Hopefully I'll book a TV show and do that a couple years and do some movies and do episodes of TV shows, and I like photography, so maybe I can do a little bit of that too. Oh,
that would be good. Did you ever think that maybe when you get older, besides the acting, of maybe doing something behind the camera, like directing or producing?
Yeah, I've kind of thought about that sometimes, and it sounds really fun to me. So maybe I'll do that for a couple episodes of a TV show or something.
Right. Or you could even maybe write your own TV show and get that. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be cool too.
Yeah. Now, what actors do you like that made you get into acting?
I like Johnny Depp. I like him on the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, I like those movies. So he's kind of,
Yeah. I think everybody likes Johnny Depp. I don't know too many people that don't like him. And those types of movies are family movies, which makes it nice for us parents, when we have kids that want to see it.
Yeah.
And we can't tell them no because it's good.
Well, Yeah, and he plays so many different characters, so it's always fun to see him in a new movie.
Right, exactly. Now, any of the movies he's made, would you like to remake it and play one of them?
Yeah, the Pirates movies again. I would like to be one of the pirates or something. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be a lot of fun, I'm sure. You know, even though I know that there's a lot of work with acting, there's also a lot of fun time too.
Yeah, always after the camera and bloopers and stuff like that.
Oh gosh, yes, bloopers. I love them. Do you have any?
No, not really. Just sometimes on set we'll crack up during a line or start smiling or something. Well, a blooper for me, when I was doing a scene in Family Weekend, I got the hiccups in the middle of the scene.
Oh no.
So when they called me in, I had to walk down the stairs and you could see I had the hiccups.
Oh.
And it was funny.
That's not exactly something you can hide, you know.
Yeah. I tried to hold it in and all that, but yeah. And then there was another time on Family Weekend when we did the scene, since my character Mickey, he loves reptiles, he has a room full of them. There was this one tortoise. He was, I think, a little bit older than 35, and his name was Sheldon. And I had to kind of do my lines with him and have him stay at my side. But during the scene, he would always try to run away and go somewhere else. So we always had to keep pulling him back. That was funny.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's not easy making animals do what you want them to do, especially something like a tortoise. It's not exactly like having a dog, you know, to tell it to. I think dogs understand a little bit better than a tortoise would.
Yeah. You can hold a treat behind the camera and then they'll stay. But with a tortoise, it would be hard to train them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how was your all-around experience working on Family Weekend?
It was awesome. Everybody on set was always fun and joking around, and Kristin Chenoweth was always singing, and Matthew Modine was always telling stories about his acting career and everything, and it was exciting and cool.
Did you know who your parents were before, on the Family Weekend before you got the part?
Yeah, when we were reading the script and the breakdown, my mom was like, "Oh, I love those Matthew Modine and Kristin Chenoweth and Shirley Jones." So we found out that my grandma was Shirley Jones one day on set, and then my mom went crazy.
Oh, I'm sure, because I love her too. I actually love all three of them, and I know it's going to be a very, very, very funny movie from what I've seen. Yeah. Shirley
Jones and Kristin Chenoweth kind of butt heads some of the time because she's my grandma and Kristin Chenoweth doesn't really like her, so they get in arguments sometimes, and it's funny arguments, though. Yeah. Well, I bet it was nice listening to Kristin sing because she has a beautiful voice. Yeah, she would always sing at lunchtime and all that. She would just have us all come listen in her trailer or something, and then sing to us. It was cool.
Do you do any singing or playing any instruments?
I used to play the drums, but I still kind of do them, but not as much anymore. I'm more working on scripts now, but yeah, I don't really like to sing, but my mom says I kind of have a good voice, but I don't know. Well, I mean, that would help you if you ever really want to get into theater where they do a lot of musicals, you know. Did you ever think of doing theater? Well, at school I did drama, which is a class, and it's all theater, and you put on plays, and you do improv and all of that. So that was fun, but I don't know if I would want to do it, in a actual theater with a lot of people, because I don't know. Do you think you'd have stage fright? No, I just feel like I might mess up or something. Oh, yeah. It's kind of hard to rewind when you're in live theater, you know. Yeah. I used to see my sister doing theater, so, I mean, it looked kind of fun, but I don't know. I might want to just stick with the acting on TV and movies. Yeah. Well, you'll be fine because you've had huge success with what you've done so far. Yeah. And just almost 6 years now that you've been doing it. What was it like when you first got your first gig? I guess I would have been one of the commercials. Yeah, my first commercial an audition that I went out for was Track Phone, and my sister got an agent and manager, so they saw me and they were like, "Oh, you're really cute. Do you want to do an audition for the first time?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, sure." So we went on an audition about maybe a couple weeks later, and by then I was 6 or 7, and I booked it, and they loved me. So that was my first commercial.
And that's when you got your taste of it, and you never want to quit.
I loved it.
It's funny because when my daughter was young, you know, she was like maybe 3 years old or 4 years old, she always said she wanted to be a star. And so I got her into some modeling that she did like for, you know, print, but not anything else. And then there was a couple times where it came up where they asked her to audition for a commercial. And her, with the big mouth that she had and always liked to talk, she just completely froze. So obviously that wasn't for her.
Yeah.
I think it takes a special person to be able to do that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Who would you like to work with in the future?
Probably my sister again, because she's just so fun to work with.
That's so sweet. I bet she loves you to death, too. What sports do you like to watch or play?
I like to watch basketball, and I kind of want to play it, but I missed the sign-ups. But I also play flag football. I've been doing it for 3 years, and the last 2 seasons we won the championship, and this season we went on to the regionals. But we
Congratulations! That's nice. Does your mom get scared of you playing football? I know I used to with my sons.
Well, she knows it's kind of flag football, but it's still rough because sometimes there's fouls where they tackle you or get mad and kind of throw elbows and all that. But most of the time, she's okay.
Yeah, good for her. She has more courage than I do, or she hides it well. Who are your sports heroes?
I like the quarterback on the Steelers, Steve Roethlisberger.
Well, you know more than I do as far as with football. I'm a hockey fan, so.
Oh, yeah. My dad likes hockey, so.
Does he?
Yeah.
And who does he root for?
He likes the Red Wings.
Ah.
Michigan and Detroit, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I root for the Blackhawks, so sometimes we play against the Red Wings, and I'm sorry to say I don't root for them.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Just don't tell your dad.
Yeah.
And what video games do you play? Which ones are your favorite?
I like to play the car games and the zombies and race, like the sports.
Mhm.
And then,
Go ahead. No.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like the basketball and football.
Do you ever play any of the music ones I know they have out, like Guitar Hero or anything like that?
Well, I used to play Guitar Hero on my Wii, and then that was a long time ago, though. I don't know if I still have Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay. As I'm not real familiar with a ton of video games. It's more like my husband and the kids will play it, but it's not something that I do. But I have interviewed 2 people from Black Ops Call of Duty. Do you play that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. I interviewed the one that does Sergeant Frank Woods.
Oh, that's
cool. And the other one, oh my gosh, what is